how long have you been a closet Mets fan?
A closet Mets fan?
Yeah.
Well, I think you have that all wrong. If you really want, I mean...
There's evidence, Mitch, that you're a closet Mets fan.
What's that?
There's evidence.
What's that?
There's photographic evidence.
Oh, you mean me wearing that Mets hat?
Yeah.
No, I was intoxicated. I was intoxicated. It was too sunny, and I needed a hat, and I didn't. I wasn't careful enough. Anyway, you don't even have a copy of that picture. I have the only remaining copy.
That's not true. The negatives exist.
No.
Yeah.
No. You didn't take the picture, did you?
Yeah.
You took the picture.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I put the hat on you. You were like, man, I need something to get the sun out of my face. And I gave you the hat and took the picture.
The Mets hat, I mean, if it was a Yankee hat, that would be tougher. That would be much more difficult.
Okay, so
Al, I'm thinking about
this life-size Derek Jeter you have in your basement. What's up with that?
So, this is funny because I think it was like over 20 years ago, we were driving the other direction on this freeway with a little television on the dash, kind of where the camera is right now, watching the Mets and the Red Sox play in the World Series.
Game 6.
Game 6.
1986.
1986. We were on our way to Shoreline Amphitheater.
And then what happened?
Oh, that was a dark night. I don't remember. I just remember there was like...
You remember that they were the world champions.
There was a crowd of people, and I couldn't really hear what was going on. And at first I was like really excited, like over the moon excited, like I didn't know what to do, you know. And...
Wait, it's 2 outs.
Nah, forget the situation. I don't even remember the situation.
Bottom of the ninth.
I'm just talking about the emotional tenor of the room.
Okay.
You know, it was like somebody's turned to me and said, "They won! They won!"
Wait. We're at the Shoreline Amphitheater. On stage is Steve Winwood.
No, it was
Steve Winwood in the middle of Low Spark of High Heel Boys.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no fucking way.
It was a band called Level 42.
No, they were done.
Well, during Level 42, we were sitting there with Chaz and Chris. We were drinking margaritas out of plastic bags. And during Level 42...
Our batteries ran out.
Your batteries died. Your batteries. They weren't my batteries. I had nothing to do with those batteries. If it was me, I probably would have brought extra batteries. But it wasn't me. Although I own the TV now. Or I don't know. Anyway, and we went in the bar, and somebody else had a little Sony Watchman, and we were all gathered around it, and I couldn't, I didn't know what was happening. I knew it was close to the Red Sox winning, and some guy turns to me and says, they won, just like that. And I like started jumping around, and I was like all freaked out, and the next thing I know, I'm like, I'm in a zone that has no time and no north and south and east and west.
It's that strange odd zone where the Red Sox actually won the World Series.
Exactly. So,
which they hadn't done since.
I'm jumping up and down, and there's all of a sudden there's like this hand on my shoulder, sort of slowing down my frequency of jumping up and down, and it was Mike Destabel. He's saying, no, Mitch, the Mets won. And everything came like crashing down. I could hear that Steve Winwood had taken the stage, and he was in the middle of
Low Spark of High Heel Boys.
Well, it was a traffic medley, actually. It wasn't the song Low Spark. It was he opened the show with a traffic medley of like 3 songs. And he was playing that.
Very psychedelic medley.
Yeah, but it was like in the next room because we were in the bar.
Right.
And then we went back out, and all he played was songs from High Life. It wasn't. He didn't play any more traffic songs.
So there was a letdown for you.
Total letdown. And
on top of a letdown.
On top of a major letdown. And
Steve Winwood's career has never been the same.
I think he was in that. I think he's a Mets fan.
He's a Mets fan. I hear he has a new album coming out called Nine Lives.
It's supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always come back, turns out. Try again next season.
9 Lives. Is that what the album's really called?
Yeah.
And is Clapton playing that record?
I have no idea.
I think he does.
I think he does.
Anyway, that's the story of that night. But it somehow is appropriate that it was, it's kind of funny. I don't know where Mike Destabel came out of the woodwork on that whole thing, but he was definitely the guy with his hand on my shoulder as I was jumping up and down, saying, no, Mitch, the Mets won.
Well, the beautiful thing is I had given up all hope because it was the bottom of the ninth.
Right.
There were 2 outs, and I think there was 1 man on, and the Mets were down by 2.
Right.
And there's a single, and then there's a single, and they score 1 run. But I had given up hope. I pretty much with 2 outs, and I think they had gone to 2 strikes on Mookie Wilson.
Oh, really?
And so I'm watching this crowd of people. I had given up the chance of even seeing this TV because, like you said, there was this huge crowd around the TV, this tiny little TV, and so I'm sort of standing on the other side of the room, and I'm sort of drowning my sorrows in my beer, and I see the crowd explode into an eruption of they won, the Red Sox are the world champions. I see Mitch bouncing off walls. I see, and then I look and I see the guy who's holding the TV sitting there all alone now because the crowd has completely exploded as if it was like, they just sort of, every little atom from that molecule had dispersed, and there's this guy sitting, looking at his TV and just shaking his head with a frown on his face.
Really? You never told me this story.
And I go over and I look over his shoulder, and the image that I see is Shea Stadium going nuts. And that's when I knew that no. Red Sox did not win the World Series.
The Mets won.
The Mets, in fact, won Game 6, forcing a Game 7. We all know how that turned out. So that's when I found Mike and said, someone's going to have to tell him. Let him bounce around a little bit, but you might want to just, clue these folks in that, no, not happening. Next time, maybe. And then how many years did it take?
For me to recover from that?
No, for the Red Sox to finally burst that bubble.
18 years.
18 more years of suffering and pain. Of hopes dashed against the rocks of reality.
I gotta answer my telephone here.
I bet it's Mike. Mike?
Yeah.
Mike?
Hello, this is Mitch. Hey, what's happening?
Is it Mike?
No, we have not eaten yet.